Hello and welcome to this edition of Denthead Gaming. As always, I am your host Dent, and in this episode I reflect back on a match that I had where my teammates left me thinking that they were going to punish me, but really I had other plans for myself. Enjoy the carnage. Okay, so right here he pings that he wants to go Mirage Voyage, and here in a couple seconds I try to ping that I don't want to go there, but for some reason it just says right there, it just says hostile close, and it doesn't ping that I don't want to land there. So I say, alright, to myself, I'll go and land there, and then I see this squad landing right where I'm going to land, so I divert. I go down, and then I notice, okay, it's a one-on-one with this Octane. He goes to get in there. I tried to grapple. I actually tried to pull him out there and then melee him. It didn't work out, but I grabbed the gun before he did, and then after that it worked out. He did take my ammo, so I went ahead and executed him so I can get my ammo back, so I can run back to help my squad after I find me some armor. So, because those are my priorities. I like to grab a gun, and I like to have armor, and then I like to engage. I mean, it's just the smarter way to fight. So, they're up there fighting it out, and it looks like, I believe his name is Butt-Ass, which he's very aptly named, because all he does is talk shit. So, very aptly named. Here, he starts yelling at me for doing what I'm doing. I'm going to quiet down so you can listen. Because I'm not a fucking moron landing fucking that stupid area. I'm a pussy who's alive! Alright, so I don't know if you guys heard that, but I went ahead and turned on my mic, that's why I stood still for a second. So he says, why is our teammate down there looting and not up here with us? And he said he's a fucking idiot, and then I said, because I'm not a fucking moron who lands in that stupid spot. And then he says, because you're a pussy. And then I said, because I'm a pussy who's alive. And then he said, well, you have fun with that. And then he quit like that was some kind of like epic comeback. But I do actually end up having a lot of fun with this, as you guys will see. And Butt-Ass, thank you for the truly riveting conversation. Your mind is truly a gift to humanity as a whole. God, I love dumb people. Alright, so now I'd like to take a little bit of time now that I'm solo and show you guys some strategies I like to employ whenever I'm out solo, because it seems to be happening to me a lot more often than it used to, and I'm kind of getting used to it. And here's some of the things I like to do when I am solo. Either because my teammates leave because they don't think I'm good enough to get them retrieved, or they talk trash to me while they're down, and then I, of course, will respond in kind. But, you know, or I just spawn in solo, just because that's been happening a lot to me. I'll spawn in solo, or I spawn in as a duo, and then my teammate will leave because he just doesn't want to play with just one teammate, which I get that. I completely get that. It is very annoying playing with a squad of two, but it's not impossible. I've definitely done it before, but I mean, some people just, I guess, aren't skilled enough to do it. So I know there's a squad at this location. I just heard them fighting another squad. I just heard a Pathfinder grapple, and then I hear someone on a zip, so I know there's multiple targets. I'm safe right now in this location, so I know what I like to do here is I like to try to do a minor skirmish with said team, just enough to get the attention of other teams, and then hopefully they come in and kind of pave the way for me. I'll slip in behind the other team, usually as they're retreating. And I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through some footage here, because, you know, it gets a little slow, especially when you're playing solo. And yeah, you guys just see how this little skirmish operation works. Enjoy the carnage. Okay, so here I'm taking the zip to make noise to get their attention, which works. They start throwing hemlock rounds at me, then sentinel rounds. They don't know where I am, so they resort to grenades. Right there. This is exactly what you want. You want them to be the ones making all the noise. You want them to be the ones getting all the attention. So I slip away, because right there, if you slip away and hopefully the other squad doesn't see you do it, what it does is, you know, even if the squad is looking where they're shooting and throwing grenades, you're not there. And I knew that they were probably blind to the fact that I dropped down right there due to my position. So you can hear the gunfire in the background. It did work out that that other party pushed in for me, you know, and did all the is going to do all the heavy lifting for me. Now, if I look out and I see, you know, 1 or 2 guys left, I can make my move. I can get my damage in. I can get my kills in. I can have much more fun in this game. Unfortunately, that is not what happens. So I climb up here and I end up zipping to the cart up top where I look out and I see a squad of 3 left and they're kind of far, so I don't want to push them. So I end up just rotating out the opposite direction. So this is right after. You can kind of see them in the distance there. There's the 3 of them just running away. They're kind of too far for me to engage, like I said earlier. So I just rotate out using Pathfinder's awesome mobility. You got to give him props. He's probably the most mobile character in the game. I mean, he tops out Octane. You can catch an Octane with Pathfinder, and that's supposed to be Octane's thing. You can just get on all the rooftops. You can get in all the obscure places with Pathfinder. He is hands down the best guy to use if you're going to be solo. It's just how it is. So if you think in a match you're going to be solo, or if you're playing solos, Pathfinder is the guy to have. I love him. Just because you can beat out the ring, you can beat out other players. His mobility is awesome. Anyway, I'm gonna get off this little Pathfinder soapbox I'm on for solos and get back into the video here. All right, so I rotate in here. I think there might be some squads ahead of me, so I do camp out here for a little while. I do hear a skirmish going on, and I decide to push up on there and maybe get some free damage. So I huck in some grenades. Regretfully, that doesn't work out for me, but I'm going to go ahead and show you the footage anyway. All right, so when you're solo, good thing to do is not just go, blazing into battle, because you don't have that backup that the other squads are going to have. So unless you're like a master Apex player or an Apex Predator, you probably shouldn't do that. I know for a fact that I'm not. I am like solid level 4 gold, like solid. But anything higher than that, no. So I try to get some free kills here, maybe some free damage. I end up getting a little bit of damage, but no kills. And then, luckily, see, I'm just kind of like watching, because I know they don't know where those came from. They know a general direction, but not exactly where. They end up closing the door to get the res, and then they Bangalore smoke the area, so I can't see anything. And then after throwing those grenades out there, another squad pushes in. So I try to run the same operation. So I try to run the whole, if there's just some scraps left, I'll see if I can get I'll see if I can just pick up the scraps and, get free kills. So, like I said, same strategy as before. I just started a little bit of trouble. It seems to be over already. I don't really want to push because I didn't hear anyone get knocked, or I didn't hear anyone die, so I don't really have any sense of urgency to actually rush in there. So I end up, again, I just rotate out. Only this time, the enemies actually see me rotating, and they see me and they actually start shooting at me. I'm going to go ahead and cut over to that footage. It's a good thing I grabbed those heals too, by the way. So right here, like I said, the other team actually spotted me. They didn't shoot at me yet, but I know they saw me just because, I don't know, I've got like this weird intuition about this game. So I'm trying to use Pathfinder's ability right here to get into an obscure spot where they can't really do anything about me being here. And then I fall because I didn't make the ledge there. I get hit by the crypto drone. So I've got 1 bar of armor left, and then he takes it and does damage. I'm praying for my grapple to come back, and it does. Luckily, he didn't hit me with any of those shots, and I quickly run into cover. Now, I know that both the squads are to my left, so I just go for the heal here. And unfortunately, I think I'm in the ring here, but I'm not, and I almost killed myself. But I quickly run into the safe area, finish healing up, and then that's when the last 2 squads start fighting. And this is great. This is exactly what you want when you're gonna go in for the third party. You want them already just being fighting, especially if you're solo. So I go to run out that door. I hear a triple take. I say, no, I'll play it safe. We'll go on the outskirts again, and then I rotate in. Just like I did before. I played the outskirts because not a lot of people like to be there because it's a dangerous area to be. Because of when it moves. Because if you're stuck out there, and there's a squad watching you, they can hold you there until the ring moves, and then you're screwed. So right here, I'm kind of torn between just keeping the high ground and going in to see how the battle's unfolding. So I just kind of creep in. I creep in and I get my gun out in case I have to use it right here. And it's kind of sporadic, so I'm like, you know what? Let's see what's going on. I see a guy that's knocked right there. I'm like, okay, that's a good sign. And then I hear a res. I say push to myself. This guy freaks out, starts looking that way, and I kill him. And I'm like, okay, the enemy squad must be that way because that's the way he was facing. I hear someone getting a res off over here, and I'm like, wait a minute, 1, 2, 3. Someone's got a golden shield, and then I kill him. And I'm so, I don't know, this was awesome. This was a great experience for me. I had a lot of fun playing solo. Yes, butt ass. I had a great time playing without you. I hope I never, ever play with you again, ever, because all you do is talk trash. And I would call you Cancer, but as everyone can see here, you didn't kill anybody, so that would be an insult to Cancer. If you enjoy the carnage, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, and as always, I look forward to seeing you all out in the frontier. Because Cancer got him!